In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this really neat customer retention jump plot. For those of you that are new here, my name is Andy Kriebel. I've been a Tableau user for 18 years and a visionary since 2012. My goal is to help you become as good as you want at Tableau. If that sounds good to you, check out nextleveltableau.com and see which membership is best for you. Let's get started. There's links to the two datasets I'm going to be using in the description. Both of them are on data.world. So you'll need to create a free account in order to download them. It takes 2 seconds. The first dataset we're going to look at is from a soft drink sales company. Drag that onto the Tableau canvas and let go. Now we need to add to that a second dataset that's going to allow us to draw the arcs for the jump plot. Click on Add next to Connections, and then choose More. This is a dataset that has 180 rows in it. Click on OK. Drag Sheet 1 over to the right-hand side to build our relationship. Now within the relationship, we want every record in our sales data set to relate to every record in our 180 points data set. To do that, we're going to create a relationship calculation. I'll just put the number 1 in there and hit OK. On the right hand side, I'm going to create another relationship calculation and say 1 there. In my performance options, in the cardinality, I'm going to choose 1 on the right-hand side because I know that every row in my 180 points dataset is unique. Rename the dataset as our customer retention jump plot and go to Sheet 1. We want to take this point field and make it a dimension, so drag it up to the top. Now we want to create a calculated field to get the first date for each customer. Let's call this min date. We're going to use a level of detail expression for this. So fixed on our customer name, colon, min purchase date. So this will get the first date that they purchased something. Click on OK. To see what this is doing, I'm going to drag customer name to the rows, and I'm going to right click and drag min date to the rows, and choose min date discrete. Now we have the first purchase date for each customer. Now we want to do the same thing, but to get the most recent purchase. I'm going to duplicate my min date calculation, edit the copy, and I'll call this one max date. And all I need to do is change my aggregation from min to max. Click on OK. If I right click and drag that to the rows and choose max date discrete, I now see both my min date and my max date in the same view. Now it only makes sense to track customers that have purchased things more than once. So we're going to create a calculated field that filters out any of the customers that only made one purchase. For example, Aaron Allen has only made one purchase because their min and max date is on the same day. Let's create a new calculated field, and let's call this more than one purchase. And all I want to say here is that my max date is greater than my min date. Click on OK. Drag that field to the filters and choose true. And what we see now is every customer that's made more than one purchase. Next, we want to calculate how long they've been a customer. To do that, we're going to create another calculated field. Let's call this one customer length. For this, I'm going to use the date diff function. The calculation is going to be the date diff at the day level, comparing our min date to our max date. Click on OK. And we want that to be a dimension. Tableau brought it back as a measure because it's a number. Just drag it up to our dimensions and then move that to the rows, and we can see what's happening here. We can see Aaron Anderson has been a customer for 525 days. Next, we want to create a calculation we're going to use for our columns. Let's create a new calculated field. We're going to call this one columns. Now what we want to do here is we're going to go ahead and create the arc that goes from their first purchase to their last purchase. Here's the calculation you're going to use. What this is doing is it's taking the cosine of every one of my points from 1 to 180, multiplying that by pi, because pi gives us a circle, and then dividing it by 180 to give us a semicircle. The +1 is just the offset. And then we want to compare our max date to our min date and divide that by 2, and then we want to add to that our minimum date. If you have any questions, just go back through the calculation. It'll make a bit more sense. It's very easy to get these calculations wrong. I will paste this into the blog post that is linked in the video description. Click on OK, and now we want to create a calculation for our rows. So this is how high we want our arc to go. And again, I'll paste these into the blog post. Click on OK. Now we have everything we need. Let's create a new sheet. Right-click and drag column to the columns, and pick columns contiguous. And notice that gives us a date range. To make this draw a bit faster, I'm going to maybe just pick my top 20 customers by sales. Drag customer name to the filters. Choose Use All. And then top, and let's say 20 by sales. We're going to remove this later on, but it'll speed up the development process. Click on OK. And we need to remember to drag that more than one purchase field to the filters. Click on True. Well, we also need to make sure we add that to context because the customer name field uses a top filter. So right-click on more than one purchase and add to context. Drag rows to the rows. Drag customer name to detail. And drag point to the path shelf. And for each one of these customers, we want to understand if they're profitable or not. To do that, I'm going to create a new calculated field, and I'll call this Profitable Customer. I'm going to use the level of detail expression. Mustachio, fixed on customer name, colon, sum of profit, Mustachio, is greater than 0. Click on OK, and drag that field to the color shelf. Click on the color shelf, and then edit colors. I'm going to make my trues a light gray and my falses red. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to focus on the customers that have had a lot of sales but are unprofitable. Click on OK. So we have 2 customers here. Michael Smith looks like he's my second or third leading customer as far as sales, but he's unprofitable. So maybe we should do a bit more analysis into his situation. This will also help us understand, is there a customer that's been around for a long time but hasn't purchased much? For example, Michael Miller looks like he's our 5th highest sales. However, he hasn't made a purchase in quite a while, so we should follow up with him because he looks like he's a very good customer for us. From there, you could edit the filter on the customers and show more of them if you want, or show every customer in your data set. Right-click on the axis on the left-hand side and choose Edit Axis. And I'm going to rename that Sales. And of course, you could swap that out for any measure you want. On my columns axis, I'm going to choose Edit Axis, and I'm going to get rid of the title. Click on OK. And you hover over your tooltip, it looks like there's a couple more things that we could clean up. This profitable customer field, let's go ahead and take that out of the tooltip. Take the point out of the tooltip. And now we just have our customer name, our date, and our sales. So now we can go in and clean up our tooltip. First, I'm going to move my customer name to the top row. And then I'm going to have my date, which is my columns, and then my sales, which is my rows. Hit OK. Now you can see John on February 27th had 113,000 in sales. And that's how you create a customer retention jump plot. It's a really unique way to understand your customers. The best thing to do is to build this, take it to your sales team, and review it with them. See if they find it impactful, and see what insights they can glean from this. If you enjoyed this, check out nextleveltableau.com. You get 3 training classes with me every single week, and I'd love to see you there. Go to nextleveltableau.com and pick the membership that works for you.